basically, we've got actually 3 departments under facilities. Facilities engineering, which where I work, I'm over that area. I have 2 coordinators, an engineer, and we also do furniture and fixtures. And then we've got construction and maintenance, which does a lot of the maintenance work for electrical, mechanical, plumbing. And then we got building services and grounds, it takes care of the buildings, and of course the landscape and irrigation. I'm going to start with number, just so we don't mess this up. Construction and maintenance. And I've got contract opportunities here, but I wanted to show another slide to show kind of everything they do. But they've got a sort of a minimum amount of work available in their department. They have roof maintenance, various services in plumbing, HVAC, and electrical, and that kind of varies. I think at one time they were talking about maybe having a contractor come in and do some filter replacements. I'm not over that department. We have a manager over that department. I'm doing this for everybody, for them. I don't think we do all that ourselves right now. There's just been talk about that. Mostly plumbing and electrical is done in-house. We may have some pumping to do, some miscellaneous things that we don't normally do in-house that come up occasionally. And then we have interior construction. At one time we talked about contracting some of that out. We do have people in-house that do that, but if it gets to be a lot of work, then we'll definitely contract that out. So those are basically the 3 opportunities in that department. If you want to move on to the next slide. Are you moving it? There we go. My department, facilities and engineering, we do design and construction. Basically anything over $25,000, we need to design it if we don't have any expertise in-house. So most of our stuff is designed. We have on-call engineering firms, that various ones of those, which we go out for RFQs on, and we hire, I've had up to 4 at one time, depending on the needs that we have. We basically do roof replacements. We do new construction. This could be small buildings like canopies to very large buildings. We have one or a couple of large buildings coming up that's probably going to be totaling close to $50 million between the 2, including site work. Building structural, non-structural upgrades, windows, architectural elements. Building non-structural elements could be, like connection of equipment, generators, that kind of thing. We upgrade constantly for seismic issues. We do seismic upgrades for different elements, depending on and we have that prioritized. So we kind of do that ongoing. We do site upgrades, could be anywhere from lighting to asphalt, walkways, anything that to do with the site. And these are normally big projects, which we consider capital, although there are some O&M projects that we do, but normally it's large scale type stuff, not maintenance. Building interior upgrades, there's, of course, you can do quite a bit with that, lighting, HVAC, of course, that electrical and plumbing and mechanical includes all that as well. Just go on to the next slide. And we'll continue. Right now we have currently ongoing about 4 repaving projects. We've identified a lot of deficient paving at most of our service centers and some of other facilities that are outside of our service center envelope. We do mechanical upgrades. Right now we've got some chillers one chiller that we're going to upgrade or rebuild. We have a small substation sewer tap project we're working on. Structural repairs to our admin building. We had some major work that came up after the storm, the snowstorm. We had a structural failure that we're working on now at our admin building, a pretty big project. Waterproofing projects, joint replacement buildings. Anytime we have any kind of leaks other than roofs, that we consider that a waterproofing project. We always replace overhead doors. This kind of changed a little bit. If they're these particular doors that we're doing are rapid roll doors, are a little bit more high tech. So we got involved in that. We have another department that actually does those, but actually maintains them. But if we need to replace them, we'll come in and do that. Of course, new canopies and buildings, I mentioned that. We're actually working on, actually finished a canopy out at our Brunswick Service Center. Same place, we're doing a fence and automatic gates and a new guardhouse. It's almost $1 million worth of work, along with some repaving at that one facility. Two other facilities, we're almost repaving the whole facility. It's gone quite a long time without any work, and it's kind of like when I hired on, we had a lot of roof projects to do, and we're at that same point now with a lot of our paving. Next slide. This is just continuation. We've had to put in a fire pump at our admin building. It was built back in the 1970s, and we lost some water water pipe breaks entering the building. So we actually upgraded to a new fire pump, which is required now of all buildings. We got another project at our electric operations. We do this occasionally. We have development above some of our facilities upstream, and we get a lot of water, excess water dumped on our property. So we're doing a stormwater mitigation project there. It's like most of these projects I'm talking about, either already out or already bid. These are just examples of what we're doing. We just finished an elevator modernization, 2 elevators at our parking garage downtown. And of course, we buy all our furniture, and we do space planning and various moves throughout the division. They call it churn, and we do quite a bit of that too. Next slide. Contract opportunities that I've seen in the past in our department as carpet replacement. We've had an outside contractor do a lot of our carpet replacements, and it was mentioned in one of the very early discussions about opportunities, even if you're not certified, that MLGW will, look for those opportunities for minority, small business, woman-owned, whatever. And we actually had a minority-owned business that did a lot of good, was very good at carpet replacement. He was never certified, but he was involved in a lot of our carpet work. Roof replacements, we do those constantly, almost every year. We're strict about our roofs. We're strict about a lot of our stuff because we're long-term owners of our facilities. We want to make sure that they're constructed properly. So we do a lot of inspections, and we make sure that we want to make sure we have good qualified contractors, because we plan on keeping these facilities for a very long time, and we have over the years. Like I said, interior wall construction may be something that's an opportunity, and we haven't really done much of that yet because we've so far we've been able to do a lot of that ourselves in-house. Small, medium concrete construction is always something that that we seem to be able to either subcontract out under other contractors. They always seem to be able to bring in some minority or women-owned businesses or small businesses to do those kinds of subcontract work, or there might be something, as a prime contractor. Furniture relocation. We do have a vendor that provides furniture, but we have a subcontractor that actually does the moving and the setup of the furniture. So that's an opportunity. There's plenty of miscellaneous upgrades. They kind of come up every year. It's just one of those things you just got to kind of stay in contact with me or with our contracts department to see what those opportunities are. And the one thing that's kind of going to be more prevalent now is asphalt repair. It's one thing to replace all this stuff, but we need to have an ongoing maintenance program. So I'm trying to work on something with that, and there may be an opportunity because that'd be more of a small work as opposed to a large project. And there's a lot of opportunity to make sure to help us keep our asphalt and our parking and drives and all that in good repair. Next slide. I touched on construction and maintenance before. We kind of got out of sequence, but basically they do brick masonry, not so much as they used to. And like I said, we do carpentry, we do wood and metal, stud, wall, sheetrock, all that. We do electrical, HVAC, heating, ventilation, air conditioning. We have a paint department. They paint in-house. They have a paint booth, and they paint a lot of our facilities inside and out. Plumbing, we pretty much do everything plumbing except if we have some special needs, like I said, maybe some pumping of some sort. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not over that department. They have roof maintenance program. They have one roofer who basically manages that. Basically, he does small work himself, but we do have a roof maintenance contract that they'll go out there and we'll do housekeeping at a lot of our facilities and some small repairs. And then anything other that may come up that just may show up. There may be a storm or something that happens, and we may need some repair work on something that I'm just not aware of at this point. Next slide. And this is the number 7, which is exactly like number 1. So let's move on to the next one. Now, building services and grounds is the other sister department under facilities. Document shredding, microfilm, microfiche destruction. That's just one element of what they do. It's kind of singled out here, but that's just a mess up on our part. But anyway, we have an elevator maintenance company that comes in and maintains all our elevators. That's usually done at a 5-year term. Every 5 years, we'll set it out for bid again. Same department does fire alarms, fire suppression, sprinkler systems. They contract all that out. There's a lot. Some of this stuff is specialized. There may or may not be a business out there that could tap into this that's not already, in the business already. So, but there are some opportunities here. Ground maintenance, and landscaping. There's a lot of that. I think we changed contracts not too long ago. I believe that's another 5-year contract. Irrigation kind of goes along with the landscaping. That's the same company that does both. We have janitorial needs. I think at one time we've had a couple. And we have internal folks that do the same thing, but I think a lot of it is contracted. Mobile sweeping, pest control. I think there's another slide. Next slide. Recycling opportunities. Vending machines. We have a contract already. I'm pretty sure it's the same person that's been here forever. I'm not sure if that's an available contract to bid on. I'm sure it is. Trash removal and upholstery and carpet cleaning. Carpet cleaning is something that I'll say we really do need. And I'm in the department that actually replaces large amounts of carpet, but if we had a good carpet cleaning company, that's a big need. We have a lot of carpet. We have carpet squares, and you just can't go in and steam clean them. They have to be done pretty carefully, and I don't think we've really found a really good way to clean spots. And so that's something we're kind of working on. But anyway, I think the next slide, I'm not sure what that is, maybe the end. It is. pretty much in a nutshell what we do. Are there any questions?
We don't have any questions in the chat.
Hi, Jay. This is Joselle. I hopped in late.
I'm not exactly sure who all is in our group here and what their interests are. If there's any questions as specifically about what we do, or maybe anything to do with facilities, I'll be glad to answer them now or whenever.
Okay, there's nothing in the chat, but I believe Joselle has a question for you.
Hey, Jay, good to see you. I was late getting in. Just left another room. I was looking at your projects. Do you mind putting your last slide back up?
Where's
Is that the
do I have to
main
go somewhere
project
to
that-
see what that is? Oh, chat. Okay, hold on. No, I'm not reading anything.
Oh, I see. You have a lot of opportunities. These are all opportunities that are for 2022.
Well, I thought it was interesting. One thing that was talked about in the bonding, I don't know if anybody was listening to that or not, but I did have 2 large paving projects that were awarded to actually it was a woman-owned business, but the other one was a large company. But actually both bids could have been awarded to a certified small minority-owned business, but they didn't have the bonding. They were under, and so we could not award it to them. So I thought that it was interesting listening to the bonding portion, because there was an opportunity that was lost because he could not meet the bonding requirements.
Yeah, that is interesting, Jay. I guess the other thing would be the company that bid. Are you all still qualifying bidders, pre-qualifying bidders?
Once we get the bids in.
So you don't pre-qualify them like you used to.
No, and
So you don't know when they attend or intend to bid what their licensing capabilities are. Because when you pre-qualify and they give you a copy of their contractor's license, that contractor's license has the monetary limit of their company. And that would give you an indication if the people are even going to be able to do it, because it could have been that company didn't even have the monetary ability on their license to even bid on the work.
yeah, I totally agree. I thought of that. Now we had another project that became an issue or a problem because not because of that part, but because we determined they weren't qualified be required, and because of that they could provide the warranty. And if we had the opportunity to pre-qualify like in the past, we wouldn't have had to take in the bids, but since we took the bids in, they ended up being lower, so it kind of became a problem doing it that way. If we could have pre-qualified, we wouldn't have had to come in, and honestly the bids were, it's one of those things where you had a contractor, I think he would have left a lot of money on the table and he would have lost money. So it's probably a good thing he didn't. But it created a problem because you saw the bids now before you qualified. So,
Absolutely. Yeah. And then you're in a catch-22, somebody do a public records request, they see everybody else's prices, and now you've been, everybody's compromised. So yeah.
Yeah, I think in our case, I think the board wanted it that way. I guess to streamline the process.
Yeah. So yeah. Plus and minuses. Yeah. All right. So you got repaving, you got some chillers, substation sewer taps. All right.
There was a question in the chat.
No, there aren't any questions in the chat, Tammy. No questions. Well,
Somebody wanted to know if there are any janitorial contracts up for bid soon. So I don't know if that's already been answered.
No, it hasn't. I don't
no,
believe
it
so.
hasn't. As a matter of fact, I have one that should be going out within the next couple of weeks, where we've had to rebid our big janitorial contract. So I think that's whoever asked that question, hopefully they'll contact us or have put their information in the chat.
That was April Cunningham.
April Cunningham, I will put your company's name out there as well as your email address, you know, your business information, and I will send those solicitation documents to you. There is a 50% supplier diversity goal associated with this contract.
Ms. Armour, she wanted to know also if there are any, what are the requirements for her to participate?
Like I said, I haven't started on that contract yet. It will be, like I said, probably coming up within the next couple of weeks. If she can request the old contract, which is contract number 12091, and all those requirements are in there, because there's a list of qualifications that the end user has out there, and I don't have that in front of me at this time.
Ms. Arm, I have her email. I'll send it to you.
Okay, thank you, Tammy.
Could you go to the next slide? Okay. All right. The roof replacements. Y'all got a lot of good projects. All
Oh.
of these are for 2021.
Yeah, the ones that I mentioned, well, you know, because of the pandemic and all that, I think
Yeah.
a lot of companies kind of put things on hold, and they're all suddenly started coming out.
Right.
But I will say that that we will be doing more asphalt work, more roof work, and it seems like the ones I gave you are yeah, they're, and what's happening too is because of material shortages,
Mhm.
labor shortages, a lot of those projects I mentioned, some of those projects I mentioned, we can't even get started until first quarter of next year, just because we can't get the material, or crews or contractors are already committed on
Right.
stuff. And sometimes it could be just one type of material that they can't get that holds up everything else.
Yeah, I knew there were a lot of delays on roofing materials. We've been hearing that on some of these large projects that we're working with. Some of these large hotels and apartment complexes, roofing materials have a very long lead time. All right.
Well, thank you all. Did anyone else have any other questions? Mr. J, did you have any final notes? We're gonna go on and wrap up. Any final thoughts or anything that you wanted to share with Miss April or Miss Booker? Is Mr. J here?
Looks like he's gone.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. We really appreciate you taking the time to be here today, and we can send you a PDF of the PowerPoint if you want to have it just to see what the future opportunities are. The opportunities may not be out now or coming up, but at least you know what the facilities department has to offer for our primes and subcontractors. So we can send you that information. Miss April, thank you so much for joining. We have your contact information to Miss Arma, and she will be sure to include you when that information goes out. I don't know if
Thank you.
And also, Tammy,
Thank you so much.
Tammy,
You're
this
more
is
than
Laura
welcome.
again.
Uh-huh.
There's gonna be a small contract that's being worked at this time. I'm not the specialist for that one, but this is one that's going to be in place because we're not renewing one, so we got to execute a new one. And, you know, to fill the gap, we're gonna have a smaller contract, small janitorial contract, and the contract specialist on that is Taka Ivy.
Hey,
Thank
guys. The system kicked me out, but I'm back.
And Miss April will forward your information to Miss Taka Ivy as well and let her know.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're more than welcome. Thank you all so much for attending this year's fair. We're virtual, but hopefully we'll see each other next year in person. Thank you, Mr. J, for your presentation. We greatly appreciate it. And we have some of our staff on. Miss Bailey, how are you? Did you want to say hello? Is she on?
She's muted.
You're muted. Unmute.
Okay, there I am. Hi, everybody. It's so good to see Jay and Joselle, especially, and the others. Thank you so much. Tamara, you did a great job. Good to see April and Vakisaris and Annie and the others that I can't see at the moment. So, hey, y'all, some great information. Great information. And most of all, Joselle, thank you for letting me know that MMBC does not do startup business stuff. All right, I know where to go.
Because a startup can't do a whole lot of the big work that Jay needs to be done. You have to be a little more established. Because you heard him mention just now about the company didn't have a bond. So that's normally going to be a startup. So he needs those established business.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you.
I see Mr. Parrish Oglesby is on. Mr. Parrish, did you have any comments? You can't, I don't think your video is working, but would you like to say something if your audio is working? Mr. Parrish, okay. I don't think so. Well,
Thank
again, thank you all so much. You all have a great day, and we'll follow up with an email from today's fair.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
great
Y'all
day.
have a good one. Bye-bye.